What's up, guys? Thank you for coming back to my channel, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. Alright, so I am answering a challenge issued by Leslie P. Chambers, Kaiju Reviews. So over on his channel, just a week ago, he posted up his top 10 favorite kaiju battles, and he issued a challenge to all the other YouTubers on YouTube to give their list of the top 10 favorite kaiju battles. So I also, Phil the Kaiju King did his list, really cool list, and Super Ghidorah, I watched his video and he gave his input too, so now I'm giving you guys my input on my top 10 favorite kaiju battles. Alright, so let's start off the list with number 10, and number 10 is War of the Gargantuous. Alright, so this movie was really awesome. I mean, I don't remember too much about it. I mean, I only saw it about once, but it really stood out to me because it had a really awesome story to it. I mean, it's just two humanoid creatures battling it out in the city, especially in the third act, where just the fight just spills over onto the city, and basically it's the good brother versus the bad brother, basically, and it's a really cool, you know, non-Godzilla movie to watch. And if you guys haven't watched this movie, you guys should definitely check it out. I mean, Ghidorah was played by Haruo Nakajima, as you guys know. You guys don't need me to tell you who that is. And I don't remember the other gentleman who was playing Sunda. But anyways, guys, check it out. It's one of my favorite kaiju battles, because from the moment when the two brothers meet, you know, it starts getting really interesting, and then his brother, the good brother, Sunda, he catches Ghidorah eating people, and because prior to that, the military was about to kill Ghidorah using the maser cannons and everything, and then Sunda just pops out of nowhere and comes and saves his brother. But then later, when he's resting, and he goes off to do whatever, and then when he comes back, he sees that he's been eating on people, and then he just flips out, and then from there on, like, their whole relationship just goes downhill from there, and you know, to the final climactic scene, which I'm not going to spoil for you guys. You guys should definitely check that movie out, man. Alright, so War of the Gargantuous, Sunda versus Ghidorah. Great fight. Alright, so now, number 9 is this one. Okay, so Godzilla versus Gigan. This one is pretty special to me because as a kid, when I saw this movie, it was one of the few times I saw Godzilla bleed, and it was one of the few times that I saw Godzilla actually get pummeled to, like, almost to the point where, like, you think he's gonna die, because Gigan and Ghidorah, they're just doing a number on him, and Anguirus is there, but he's like off to the side, and he's just a little bit intimidated, overwhelmed by the fight, I guess. And this movie also has the Godzilla Tower, so then when Godzilla finally he comes face to face with the Godzilla Tower, he gets blasted in the face by a laser, and you just see him go, ah! And he just goes down, and then the laser just starts, you know, just shooting the crap out of him. And one of the funniest things, too, about that part is, like, the humans are trying to save Godzilla. So what they do is, like, they find out where the aliens are hiding. Alright, and they load up the elevator that takes them to the sub-levels. They load up the elevator with TNT, and they have these boxes, and they're like, it clearly says TNT. So then they put this sketch over the elevator door. Okay, so it's just a sketch of them. It's not in color or anything like that. So the idea is, so when the elevator goes down and then the elevator door opens, you know, the aliens will probably open fire and they'll blow themselves up, which is exactly what happens. Alright, now the thing was, now I didn't think about it as a kid, but thinking back about it now, it's pretty comical, because apparently those aliens can't tell the difference between a real person and a sketch, so they end up blowing themselves up. Alright, and then you know, Godzilla Tower gets destroyed, and then Godzilla just, you know, turns into Hulk Hogan, and he just starts beating the crap out of Gigan and Ghidorah and things, and you know, Godzilla and Anguirus save the day. All right, so that's you know, that's number 9 for me. All right, and number 10, yes. Okay, so some people think that I hate Kong. That's not the case. Kong is actually my second favorite kaiju, right next to Godzilla. Now, watching this movie in the theater was just absolutely mind-blowing. I didn't know until recently that this big skull crawler was named Ramarak. I was watching Kaiju Phil, and he's like, oh, the Ramarak. So, oh, that's what that thing is called. I always called it the big skull crawler. But anyways, if you guys haven't seen this movie, I'm pretty sure you guys have. I mean, it's an awesome scene, like in that final battle, and the effects were amazing, like the water effects, like the way they're just, and then, you know, and then finally Kong is just like, he rips out his you know, the insides of Ramarak, because he's holding Brie Larson in his hand, and like the skull crawler's trying to, you know, chomp at his hand, I guess. Alright, so number 8, okay, Kong versus Ramarak. Alright, and this one, okay, so I love big giant robots, okay, and watching the new updated Mechagodzilla was a real treat for me, okay, and out of all the Mechagodzillas, it's pretty much a tie between the 74 and Kiryu. And yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, I like the whole design, and the fight itself was pretty cool. It was kind of back and forth, but you could tell that Godzilla, like this Mechagodzilla is not at all like the previous Mechagodzilla, where he's got shields and everything, or he seems like almost impervious. This Mechagodzilla can get damaged, and he almost lost at a certain point. And then, you know, in this scene right here, he just closes his mouth shut. He grabs his mouth, and then he's using the Absolute Zero cannon to try and freeze Godzilla. So there's like this imminent danger all of a sudden for Godzilla. But then in the end, as you guys know, you know, he doesn't. Godzilla just leaves because he's injured from his battle. So Kiryu did give him a good beating. All right. And number 6, Kong versus the 3 T-Rex. I don't know what these dinosaurs are called. I'm calling them T-Rexes, okay? I'm sure there's another name for it, which I don't know and I don't care. But anyways, watching this movie in theaters was really cool. You know, Kong, again, as I said to you, Kong is my second favorite kaiju. And watching that scene of Kong taking on the 3 T-Rexes was just really awesome, and it kept you on the edge of your seat the whole time. And Darrow, she just can't get a break. Wherever she would go, she was constantly running into danger, and then Kong coming in to try and save her and things. That one cool scene where they're just falling down into the cavern, and then like they're getting tangled up by vines and stuff, and it was really cool, man. If you guys haven't seen that movie, just watching that scene alone is worth it. But watching towards the end, I mean, it's a really long movie, but it's heartbreaking towards the end, because you know that it's eventually gonna come to that, and then when you see the ending of that movie, the way, you know, it's heartbreaking. Kong dying. All right, and then number 5, Gypsy Danger versus Itachi and Leatherback. Now, again, as I told you guys, I'm a big sucker for giant robots. You know, I love Transformers and all that. And then watching this, you know, Pacific Rim was just so awesome. I mean, the first one, okay? I kind of like the second one. It had its moments and things, but there's something pretty special about the first one. I know not a lot of people like it, but that's whatever. I don't care. Anyways, when Gypsy Danger comes onto the scene, and all of a sudden he's having Mako and Riley have to take on these 2 kaijus consecutively. It kept you on the edge of the seat. I mean, the effects were awesome. You know, like when you know, you just feel how heavy Gypsy Danger is, like when the robot's moving, and then when he's punching the kaiju, you see the rain just come off briefly off the armor and everything. It was a real treat to see. Okay, so that's why this fight makes it number 5 for me. All right, and this one. Okay, so Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla, the very first one. All right, and this one movie really, besides Godzilla versus Gigan, it was one of the few movies that I saw Godzilla get totally bloodied up and absolutely pummeled to the point where, again, you think he's gonna die, and you get to see how dangerous Mechagodzilla is just by himself. Okay, he's taking on 2 monsters almost quite easily, and he's just got so many weapons. He's just gunning them down, and then Godzilla eventually overcoming Mechagodzilla with the help of King Caesar. And in my opinion, I think this guy, Mechagodzilla, was probably the most dangerous Godzilla adversary in the Showa era, my opinion, because, you know, that guy had like nearly unlimited weapons and things, so it was really crazy. All right, so number 4, okay, Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla for me. All right, and number 3. Now this one has a very special place in my heart because it's the second Godzilla movie I ever saw as a kid, and it was like watching Saturday morning wrestling when you see Godzilla finally get to where Megalon and Gigan are beating the crap out of Jet Jaguar, and it was just really cool. I mean, it's cheesy, but you know, as a kid you don't care. But I really love this movie. That's why it's number 3 for me. And yeah, man. So you should check it out. All right, and number 2. Okay, so this is the first Godzilla movie I ever saw as a kid. King Kong versus Godzilla. That's why it makes it the number 2 spot. Okay, because this is the first time I actually got to see a live-action Godzilla, and he's fighting King Kong. Now, before this movie, I did see the 1970s King Kong somewhere, okay? And then when I saw this movie, I was like, oh my god, Godzilla versus King Kong, okay? So 2 of my favorite monsters. And it was just really awesome. And I cannot wait to see 2020's Godzilla versus Kong. Hashtag Team Godzilla, alright? I'm rooting for Godzilla, but I have a feeling he's not going to win. I want him to win, but we'll see. But I think, I hope it's an awesome movie, that it'll be good enough and it'll make enough money where the Monsterverse will continue. Alright, and number 1 is Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the final battle between King Ghidorah and Godzilla. I mean, this is hands down my favorite Godzilla movie of all time. It had everything that I ever wanted as a kid in a Godzilla movie. This is the Godzilla movie that I really wanted to see. See these 2 big creatures just duke it out, and it was pretty Showa-esque. You know, they were doing a lot. You know, they were fighting close quarters. Godzilla, as I recall, he grabs one of the heads and he just slams it into the buildings, and then Ghidorah, he sees like this electrical thing, you know, on one of the buildings. He chomps on it, and then he gets electric. You know, he just fires off his electricity attack and things, and then this movie, like in that final battle, there was this really big holy shit moment where Ghidorah flies at Godzilla, and then he chokes out Godzilla, and he flies him up high to the sky. I don't know how high he was, and then he drops him, and then he hits the ground, and you're like, oh my god. So this, and Godzilla survives. So like, what can kill this Godzilla? All right. So what is Kong gonna do to this Godzilla? All right. And then, as you guys probably know, you know, Mothra sacrifices herself, and then Godzilla gets charged up and becomes burning Godzilla, and then just defeats King Ghidorah, which yeah, man, it was an awesome. I can't wait to get the Blu-ray of this movie. So yeah, so there you go. So that's my top 10 favorite kaiju fights, and you know, number 1, Godzilla, King of the Monsters. All right, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Leslie P. Chambers. Shout out to Phil the Kaiju King, Super Ghidorah. Okay, and then if you guys watching out there, guys, make your own list, you know. Tell us what your top 10 favorite kaiju battles are. Alright, guys, so more things to come here on my channel, guys. Hope you guys can stick around. I'm working on a couple of things, and I'm just really busy here at home in Taiwan and things, and yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Shout out to Jeremy Souls, his recent promotion, and now he's working directly with X Plus. He recently became the sales branch manager for X Plus in the United States, which is really cool for him. Alright guys, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time. Take care.